everyone, it is Ashley here, and I'm super excited to be sharing this video with you for the A Cherry on Top YouTube hop for the month of April. And this month we are doing the theme of pick a shape. So I went with squares, and I am using the Simple Stories, I think it's called Tea Garden collection. And I just grabbed a square punch from my stash and went into the 6x8 paper pad and punched out some papers ranging from pinks to yellows to greens to blues. And I'm just going to create a fun little pattern in the background here. So the squares are 1¼ inch in size. And I'm just like, every time I start a new row, I move the colors down one. So anyways, yeah, I am just creating that design, and with the size being 1¼ and there being 8 of them, that equals to about 10 inches. So I left about an inch border around the design. So I sped this up pretty quickly so you could still watch me do it, but I didn't worry about putting them down super straight. I just kind of, in a wonky way, kind of adhered them down, and then I'm kind of bending up the edges just a little bit. Alright, so now I have my photos here that I'm going to adhere, and these are some pictures of my girls. They were at their grandma's one day, and I think that was like actually a couple-day project. They painted some tires, or maybe their grandma had painted the tires, and then they created these fun little mini gardens, or little mini house garden things. And yeah, so they got to each design their own little fairy gardens. That's what they're called. So I pulled out these journal cards that are gonna kind of be the base of where my photos are going to live. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want them exactly, and I like them better down here on the bottom. It'll help anchor where the title is, as well as anchor the photos. So I'm going to kind of just, I liked how they were placed, so I'd adhere them together and then adhere them to the background. And also I wanted to mention that I like using that square punch because it cuts out the squares, like each square is the exact same size as the next one. So when you go to adhere them onto your background, they're all, like if I was wanting to adhere them perfectly lined up, they would fit perfectly together, where if you use like a paper trimmer and you're cutting out 1¼ inch squares, you might not always line up the paper exactly at 1¼ every single time. So sometimes your squares can be slightly different in size, and that's super frustrating. So if you can invest in some punches or dies that are basic shapes, that's always a good thing to have on hand. So I'm just kind of decorating this area around the photos. I liked that little cloud thing up there, cloud tag, to kind of ground those photos, and so it didn't look like they were blending into the background. Adding this cute little frog on a log, and a few gnomes, an umbrella. I added that Life is Beautiful title, and then underneath it says in the garden. Kept the embellishing pretty simple. And then I'm going to add a little sentiment sticker at the top there where that cloud journaling spot is, with a little bee that I used foam adhesive on as well. And that is all. Just want to let you know that if you are hopping along with us here on the A Cherry on Top YouTube hop, if you leave a comment on each of the videos in the hop, you will be entered into a drawing for a $25 gift card. So that is super awesome that they do that, and thank you so much for stopping, and I hope you continue to hop along and are inspired to scrapbook with a shape. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.